Since the day the Tesla Cybertruck was first unveiled to the world, it has polarized automotive fans all around the world. On one hand, it does have a dedicated group of enthusiasts, but on the other, it has faced massive criticism based on the lack of safety, the design, and just generally how it actually is going to work, because the majority of people who are actually wanting this truck don't seem to be truck enthusiasts. They seem to be Tesla enthusiasts and Elon Musk enthusiasts as an extension of that. So today, we're going to be breaking down the criticisms of the Tesla Cybertruck, the safety concerns, the design flaws, and the reasons why this hasn't hampered Tesla's growth in any way, shape, or form, making it a fascinating case study on brand dynamics and consumer perception. And what better place to start talking about the Tesla Cybertruck rather than just the design controversy? The thing looks weird, or doesn't look cool. I'll be honest, when I first saw this for the first time, I was kind of taken aback by it, because clearly it doesn't look like any other truck that's been ever on the market. It's supposed to have a cool, futuristic design. That's why when they initially teased it, they did it in a kind of Blade type of way. 2049 was coming out around that time, and that whole sphere of this futuristic way that the vehicles and technology that we have today are supposed to look was kind of a popular thing. And Tesla is not isolated in this. The Ioniq 5, which is also a car meant to take on a cool futuristic design, has faced the same amount of criticisms, but has also been absolutely praised for its cool and innovative nature, taking things a little bit different, making a car look like what we thought the cars of the future would look like, 20 years ago. The risk here is that although they have produced a truck that is cool and has a slick design and is all futuristic, they potentially run the risk of alienating their core audience, which would be mainstream truck buyers who prefer a clear, clean, classic design. Although the narrow target demographic could potentially alienate those mainstream truck buyers and prevent mass market adoption, those ones that, particularly prefer utility over looks, that niche market that exists because of truck buyers that like Tesla and want to have a cool, slick, futuristic design is a market that could potentially be honed in on. And with the price of the Cybertruck, this is a double-edged sword, because although you aren't appealing to those mainstream truck buyers, you are appealing to Tesla enthusiasts. And Tesla is a cool brand. That's what it has going for it. And the Tesla Cybertruck is just an extension of that. So time will only tell. Unless you live in Australia or the European Union, in which case, good luck. The Tesla Cybertruck is nowhere near as close as it needs to be to being street legal, meeting the minimum safety requirements to actually go on a road in Europe or Australia because of a few things, mainly because of its design. It's not safe. It has straight, strict, rigid edges, and that has been shown will do immense amounts of damage to your legs. Simply put, it looks cool, but the lack of compression room and those compromising safety features in favor of its slim design is something that is not going to make it street legal in its current form in Australia or the European Union. The Tesla Cybertruck looks cool, but its unconventional design brings into question its safety standards, and any failure to meet these norms could result in redesigns, delays, a loss of consumer trust, and potentially legal consequences. The pickup market is already crowded with tons of companies that have existed for much longer than Tesla, such as Ford, Chevrolet, Ram, a few names that might sound familiar to you. But once again, coming back to that double-edged sword, to compete with a mainstream truck audience is going to be something that Tesla is going to struggle with. But finding that niche market of people who find the Tesla Cybertruck cool is really going to be what is Tesla's strength. But how much longer is that going to last? The Tesla Cybertruck looks cool now, but how is it going to look 5, 10, 15 years from now? Is that niche market that Tesla is going to be appealing to still going to be there? Is it still going to be, or is it going to be growing? Are people going to continue to adopt this because this is going to be the new design standard and Tesla is just the early adopter of setting this precedent? Or is this simply a fad that's going to fizzle out and disappear? Are we going to see one wave of Cybertrucks and then none ever again? Well, time will only tell for that. But for us to truly know what that looks like, it begs the question, is Tesla's intention to compete with the mainstream truck industry, or are they just simply sticking to that little Tesla pocket of all of their customers, their Elon Musk fanboys, and the people who enjoy a slick design? Now, when the Tesla Cybertruck was first unveiled, so too was the Cyberquad, and these two vehicles are supposed to work together in tandem, but it may be hard to convert skeptical buyers because of the lack of utility. Simply put, the Tesla Cybertruck doesn't have as much utility as a regular pickup truck. It is cool, it is slick, it looks cool, but Is cool a factor when people are actually buying trucks? Is cool something people think about? Well, what is the definition of cool for a Tesla driver or a Tesla enthusiast might not be the definition of cool for somebody who traditionally buys trucks, making it harder to convert anybody who is skeptical. So for the Tesla Cybertruck, although the initial purchase price does seem competitive, a lot of people are worried about exactly how this thing's going to do over the long term. With such a niche market, how is the degradation on it going to do? Is it going to have any resale value? Is it going to be actually competitive to own this thing for a long period of time? And talking about the maintenance and the insurance of it, once again, not street legal in Australia. So how could you insure something that wasn't even street legal? And if you did manage to insure it, actually assuming that they go and they redesign it to the point where the Australian government will let this on the road, you better believe that they are going to, at a base level, charge a much higher insurance rate for driving a Tesla Cybertruck if it lacks those necessary features that the competitors simply have, and has been industry standard for years. And to hammer the point home, this is going to limit the adoption by this from consumers who simply want a standard utility pickup truck. The Tesla Cybertruck is not that of a pickup truck, therefore it should not be compared to that of a pickup truck. We can clearly establish that this is meant to be a status symbol. While having some of the features of a pickup truck, ultimately at the end of the day, it is meant to be a status symbol. Tesla Cybertrucks are simply one chapter of a much larger success story, because Tesla is a company that has a very, very unique brand image. It almost has a cult-like following. It's a status symbol to own a Tesla. If you own luxury merchandise such as, Gucci or Supreme or Louis Vuitton, it says something to the people who view you. It says something about you. It's all about you and the perception that other people perceive you as. In summary, the Tesla Cybertruck stands as a paradox in the automotive industry. It continues to attract a very niche group of people while not actually going for that main broad appeal that more utility pickup trucks have. And I think at the end of the day, whether it turns out to be a failure or a success, either way, Tesla will continue to thrive. Because at the end of the day, if you're buying a Tesla, it's not about buying the car, it's about buying the status. My name is Josh. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to stick around and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Until next time, see ya.